Arsenal and Liverpool are back to winning ways. Manchester United cannot stop winning 3 games in a row. Manchester City drop point to Tottenham. Chelsea with an incredible 3-2 win. What a weekend of football. Although there's still one more game this week, today, right? But then let's talk about the blockbusters that happened during this week. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. So basically, let's start from somewhere. Where are we going to start? Let's start from Manchester United, because at this point, these guys cannot stop winning. United Strand will get ready to cut off his hair. Who they near him? You should go and buy clipper. That guy should be ready to cut off his hair, because I believe that Manchester United, they are definitely going to win 5 games in a row. And kudos to Carrick and the boys, beating Manchester City and then Arsenal and now Fulham with an incredible 3-2 win. They had to win it at the depth with Sesko. So Manchester United is back. Manchester United fans, let me know what you think. Are you guys more settled now with this Manchester United team, or you feel that they should have left Amorim? Personally, for me, I like the fact that Amorim is not there anymore. I like the fact that they sacked him, but a lot of persons would have other opinions. Let me know in the comments. And like I said, if this is the first time you're seeing this channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So Manchester United with Carrick has proven that this team can play football. Under Amorim, there was a lot of conversations about changing the team, signing new players, Bruno Fernandes not being good enough, Kobe Menu not being the kind of player that Amorim wants. Players like Dogu, Amorim making remarks like Dogu. Anytime Dogu is with the ball, he has this tension for him. Casemiro is old. There were a lot of conversation around the team and how players are not, very stable. But Carrick, coming into this Manchester United side, has shown to everybody and has shown to the board, and maybe we will now want to say the board understands this, but then Carrick has shown to everybody that this Manchester United squad is good enough. He has shown that Kobe Menu is a world-class player. He has shown to us that Bruno Fernandes is the best midfielder, not just in the league, but in Europe. And a lot of persons, you might want to doubt this, but 3 games in a bounce is not easy to get in the Premier League. Winning 3 games in a row is not easy. And Michael Carrick has done it with this Manchester United side with a very, very wonderful win. Yesterday, Manchester United started off very well, going to go up, and it felt like the Amorim time again at some point, when Fulham got back into the game with a penalty, obviously, and then a very wonderful goal. That goal was a worldie. There was nothing Lamens could do about that. At that point in time, a lot of Manchester United fans were now losing faith. Like, are we going to find a way to come back into this, or what's going to happen? Is it going to be something of the past? But no, Bruno Fernandes with the assist again for Sesko, and Manchester United, they were able to get the win, which is definitely helping them. They are currently 4th on the table right now, and I think it's good for them because they need to be in the Champions League next season. But then let's jump right to the next. I want to just talk about Arsenal first. I will come to the other guys, but let me talk about Arsenal. Arsenal back to winning ways after losing to Manchester United, and informed Manchester United back to winning ways against Leeds, 4-0. They had to win that game, and they did just that. Arteta, at this time around, it was more clinical. The team, funny enough, Arsenal has the depth. So there's really nothing anybody can say about this Arsenal team, in the sense that they have to go into every game as favorites, whether in the Premier League or in the Champions League. We all know that they finished top in the Champions League group stage, winning 8 out of 8. That's an incredible record. But then that shows us that this Arsenal team has the depth, and they have the quality as well. Beating Leeds away is not easy. Leeds they've not been very easy to beat this season. Arsenal doing it, kudos to them. You might want to say they have one hand in the title already, because moving on to the next team, Manchester City drop point to Tottenham. A lot of things happened in that game that I've not had the chance to talk about in my shorts or on TikTok, but then I want to talk about it here. That's first goal from Tottenham. I personally, I feel that's a foul. That's a foul on Guiu. I don't know how the Premier League today they are making this type of decisions. Tomorrow they're similar scenario, but you will see that they will make like different decisions. You'll be asking yourself why, because obviously the player played through Guiu to score the goal. That is a blatant foul any day, anytime. But then you would not want to excuse Manchester City because this season they've been very, very poor. And if you are looking at a team to chase down Arsenal, Pep Guardiola and Manchester City has shown us that they are not the ones, because at this moment they cannot seem to win games in a row. I'm not sure they've in the last five they've drawn three and they've won just one and they lost one as well. So this Pep Guardiola and Man City side is not looking like the team that is going to stop Arsenal. That's why I'm saying we might as well just congratulate Arsenal for winning the title, because at this point, nobody is stopping them. And you might even want to look and say, okay, maybe there's one team that is supposed to stop them, closer to them, in Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they lost. They lost at home to Brentford, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a disgrace, because you're not telling me that the two teams that are supposed to keep up, I beg your pardon, with Arsenal are not doing it. They are dropping point left, right, center. So Arsenal can even go on and drop some points, and they can still go on to win the league, because the people that are supposed to stop them, they are not doing so well at all. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think at this point in time, Arsenal have an hand in the title and we can just call them Premier League champions already? Because it seems like nobody, absolutely nobody, has the squad depth, has the quality to catch up with them. Manchester United is coming. A lot of Manchester United fans are feeling like they have a shot at the title, but then when you look at, Manchester City and Aston Villa right on top of them, you don't see them losing too many games, although they are not very, very solid right now. But then Manchester City is not going to lose that much to fall off second position. And then let's jump right to the next person on the list, the Chelsea's. Liam Rosina has won 5 games in a row, 3 Premier League games in a row. This is incredible. Like, this is what Maresca could not do. Although I have my reservations about the last game, against West Ham. I felt like the lineup was not so good. I don't know if he was thinking about the game against Arsenal that is coming on Tuesday, or it was the medical team that said he should set, because Maresca complained about something like that. So if you are telling me that that's the best team you can put up against West Ham that have won 2 games in a bounce in the Premier League, no team is small in the Premier League, right? Absolutely no team. And Liam Rosina putting out that team was very, very crazy. Chelsea were shambolic in the first half. In the first half, they were see, if I would want to rate their first half, that's a 0/100. I can't lie to you, but Liam Rosina going into the dressing room for the second half obviously told the boys, he said it in that interview, that I told the boys that they can make one of the worst game of the season become the best game of the season. And they did exactly that, with the likes of Cucurella coming in and scoring, Joao Pedro coming in and scoring, and even Enzo Fernandez, that was not playing very well in the first half, having the winner in the second half is incredible. That's to tell you that the mentality of the team is growing. And basically, the Chelsea game against Arsenal, I want to see the full squad. I want to see Reece James. I want to see Fofana. I want to see Chalobah. I want to see Cucurella. I want to see Estevao, Caicedo. I want to see Joao Pedro. Get the first and the best team out at this point, because that's the only way. Chelsea are currently 5th in the Premier League table because Manchester United is in form. Now, moving away from the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, let's join into Liverpool. Liverpool getting their first win in the last 5 Premier League games. It's incredible. At this point, I would want to say that was a crazy game against Newcastle. Newcastle scoring first. Ekitike is one of the best strikers in the Premier League. A lot of persons will want to argue that he's the best striker in the league, but you would want to also give it to Haaland, because Haaland is currently the highest goal scorer in the league with 20 goals. That's incredible. But Ekitike has proven that even with the likes of Isak in a team that he is in, will not scare him, that he's ready to do the job, he's ready to score goals, and he helps the team a lot. But then Liverpool are still struggling. Obviously, a lot of Liverpool fans will want Slot out, but with their position in the Champions League, being in the top 8 and currently 6th on the table, and Slot winning the Premier League last season, you might want to excuse them and excuse Liverpool. But then let's see if they can get back to winning ways. Let's see if Liverpool can get back to winning ways. But the question for today is, can Arsenal say they have one hand in the title? Let me know in the comments, guys. And like I said, if this is the first time you're seeing this channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers in this February, and we can do it together. Peace.